for about 2 hours. I was counseling a young man who came to me, just married for 3 years, seeking divorce. I was quite bewildered and surprised. What has gone wrong with people? How lenient view they have on thing called divorce, and how conveniently they start considering this option. So my friend, today I share my views and what I counsel basically with you all. Divorce is become a bad habit, an indulgence in which seldom the success or the sources ever reach to any conclusion. We can never secure through divorce, I feel, happiness or emotional freedom. Someone asked me, why divorce so rarely bring about the rosy picture expected out of them? When two people have been so in love with each other. Is it a love? I said. And that where there is any point of time love existed, it just cannot be dissolved. One can never be wholly free of someone one has once loved. Separation will not unravel the sheen, S-H-E-I-N, sheen of emotion tangles in one's memory. My friend, I believe that happiness is only a small part of love, and that its residue lies in the feelings of completeness, which come when man and a woman meet as a unit. In our marriages, we all face almost every conceivable ground for divorce, be it jealousy, bad personal habits, poverty, family interference, difference of religion, maybe difference of belief system, the difference in convictions, and even a seemingly physical incompatibility. My friend, one simply has to take a little time for reflection. I'm convinced once you reflect upon it and give its due time, a better and even a stronger relationship will spring from the ashes of any situation of anyone's anger for whatever reasons. My friend, in marriage, time is of greatest essence. The ability to live with people, to live through the differences, ultimately gives marriage a foundation like the rock of Gibraltar. I know so many people and spoken to so many people. Almost all divorcing people experience the last moment reluctance, and they are very uncomfortable and still want to give another chance. I met a person who had 2 divorces, and who confessed that he let him only with a dubious liberty and more or less equivocal position of the divorce. A divorcee, remember, a fair game to many men. I feel that divorce cannot be used as a gateway to happiness. I knew it was not so much of a question of whom one is married as of now, since the person you find yourself married to does not step so willing into the greatest crucible known to humanity. The marrying couple are aware that one has to get used to a whole lot of unfamiliar habits in any new mate. that false quarrel comes to this, and then the entire awkward age of marriage must be lived over and over again. Yet their marriage lasts, and it must last, even though the awkward age continued for a decade or 2 or 3 decades. I really never have or found a formula for success for marriage. But I decided, I feel, to give the marriage the time necessary for its success is one of the key factor and the best formula for any marriage to succeed and last. Another thing I have learned from people's life and my personal life also was that a building of a marriage is such as like a building of a house. Recalling the skeleton of frames of unfinished homes, one could see how simply many homes were unnecessarily destroyed. A gap, if they solve, they successfully solve it. All this, I feel there is always a window thrown into a dark room to let in this sunshine. People who are determined that no matter what happened, they would sustain sufficient courage to perfect with their with the structure and make their home or house a storm-proof structure, and they will still make it. All those, there are many successful marriages people who have spoken. They have been very alert to the pitfalls that can entrap into a divorce. Bad advice is one major thing people who are interact with, and I feel, I'm sorry to say, that I find that the divorced women especially like to pull married women down into their own well of loneliness. They seems to feel, perhaps unconsciously, that each time around another woman gets a divorce, their own decision has been bolstered. Their ego is satisfied. Yes, they have got another one and they try. Beware of it, my friend. These malcontents do an incredible amount of mischief in the society. Even the young man who had come from to him for a counsel, he was misguided by another divorced woman. I was not surprised. Another spurious cause for divorce, I feel, is silly pride after a quarrel. Thousands of divorces are based on nothing more important than a willful determination not to change one's mind. It is often better to acknowledge a fault of which one is not guilty. If in doing so, you can bridge some torrent of recriminations. Hundreds of quarrels which may mislead in divorce and could be avoided by remembering that one's wife or husband can also be a friend. It offended the common courtesy and consideration extended to an outsider. Lastly, I will only say that most importantly, even the status of sex in marriage can be adjusted to the requirement of both concerned, and should be adjusted unashamedly, totally. In this enlightened day, when information is, I would say this enlightened era, when information is available both from dignified literature and from your own family, doctors, and ultimately Google Baba, there is no excuse for continued sexual incompatibility, except the existence of some actual deformity or which requires medical treatment. It can be taken care of. Someone is very truly divorced, is marrying a second lady or a second man, is something like that. When you carry a dead body on your shoulder, and when you walk through, your shoulder starts paining. And marrying a second one is something like that. You change your shoulder at some time, then the second shoulder starts paining. There is just no difference at all. It's same. I feel even infidelity is not a without possibility of reconciliation. It can be. There are many people I know. They have reconciled so beautifully and they're having good life. Money can be used for the break, but can never be the cause of it. The biggest the fault people carry, that their divorce fallacy, I would say, not fault. People carry that the divorce drives women into taking lovers and men with having mistresses. My friend, this can only make emotional orphans out of normally healthy minded children, and nothing more and nothing less. All fallacy. The very strange and unique survey I had gone and read a few days back, that the survey was conducted in university with 125 youngsters between the age of 16 to 20 years of age, with a set of questionnaires, and and the report said, the survey said that almost 85% declare they were not afraid of marriage, because if it doesn't work out, there is always something called divorce. What a lenient approach young people have. Divorce is such a simple thing. Do they understand the consequences of a divorce? Do you understand the misery they bring upon the man and a woman and all other relatives? Why can't more of us try out of simple expedient of staying married? Or giving, these days we are getting corona vaccination. I say, why not giving the vaccination of marriage time to take, for when it shows the healed spot, though it is be a scar, but it will be a symbol of success, my friend. Divorce is not the option. It's simply a bad habit, and anyone who thinking of indulgence who brings happiness, there are certain reasons where divorce is inevitable, but only every other option has failed. Thank you very much.